Well, there was a movie,
we're in a classroom here now,
right,
so
there was a movie that you
stuff.
brought up. The movie you brought up, Matrix, is good. A better one is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. All man is liable for his debt. And I hate this nonsense about banks, don't money, da-da-da. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. If you owe a debt, pay your debt. If it's causing you harm to pay for your debt, fine. Make it in which is in what you believe in your best endeavors, in your good faith. This is what the best you could do at this period of time. Like I said, my mom worked for the IRS. If you know the IRS, they're only open from business basically from January until the summertime, fall. So she couldn't pay the mortgage, say, September, October, November, December. So she would just write a simple letter saying the best I could do on my mortgage is $50 a month until I get back on my feet in January. Please accept this $50. And they would. Because my son was born, we opened up a bank account for my son, and the bank manager came out and said to my mom, I've never seen such a high credit score in my life. How did you do this? And she said, because I know how to write a sentence. I know how to write a letter to my creditors.
Sorry, Karl, what you're telling us now, is that a lead into that side?
Absolutely, absolutely. So what I'm trying to say is that Who Framed Roger Rabbit is the second dimension engaged in intercoursing with the third dimension. So you want to build up a good rapport with the second dimension. So you don't want to destroy your credit rating because someday, eventually, you guys are all afraid they're going to go with these plastic cards. So if you destroy your birth certificates, you destroy any connection to the second dimension, how are you going to buy groceries at your local store? You be agrarian and go live out in the woods? Okay, go out and live in the woods. But we have to, this is the legal society and the law world of man. We have to intercourse and we have to try to find a happy balance. So that's what the second dimension is right there. When all you folks walk into these courts all the time says, or anybody tries to say, oh, this paper is certified. Okay, certified means nothing. Oh, this is just a piece of paper that's certified. That's the second dimension. So to support the second dimension has to be uttered by a man. This piece of paper has to be backed up by a man in open court. Somebody has to read out this.
Yeah, otherwise the words don't do anything.
It has to be liable to be true. Until then, it's just a piece of paper with a nice fancy English seal on it. Oh, lovely, look, lions, tigers, dragons, oh my, wonderful seal. Who cares? Who said this is true? Who's going to make the claim that this is true? Because you're going to be liable for it. Everything on this piece of paper is going to be true. So when I say to folks, is that just because you have a contract as a piece of paper. They say, well, the bank didn't sign the piece of paper, and no bank signed the contract. It's like, great, lovely. It's like I said, with the words, nobody paid, great. But by your actions, did you pay $1 on that mortgage? Yes. So then you believed it was true at one time, that you owed a debt, right? So by your actions spoke louder than your words or whatever's written on a silly piece of paper. So this is what a judge is looking for. He's saying, okay, great. Like Bali, I wrote a nice little simple thing for him. He put it into the court. Judge was like, lovely, wonderful. Now he wanted to hear Bali's words, back up this one little statement. Great. Now he had to watch Bali's actions in court. Was Bali acting like a man? Or was he acting like a little Nancy boy running around in a circle, crying and whining and starting little hissy fits? Bali was able to keep cool and just present his case like a man would. So that's the whole thing. It's your demeanor. It's your actions speak louder than your words. So that's what the judge is looking for. Because if you guys think you're going to use these little silly tricks that I give you folks, these little silly templates that you guys are doing, the judge is there, to me, the judge is there to protect the second dimension, because we need a second dimension. We need a paper currency. We need some sort of second dimension. And we also have to operate in the third dimension with our fellow man. The big thing that the judge does is he test you, even if Bali said everything exactly the way I said, but if the judge saw by Bali's demeanor, it's like, no, he's not a good man. He's not an honorable man. I could tell he's trying to get over on the second dimension. I'm going to protect the second dimension from somebody like Bali. So see, that's what I'm saying. To me, the man in the black robe, he's got that duty to say, protect both sides.